Hi everyone, Lynn here for Lindy Stamp Gang, and today I want to share with you my January project. It is a heart wall hanging. It was made early enough so that it could be hung for Valentine's Day. I've used quite a few of Lindy's products on this particular project, including Starburst sprays in saltwater taffy, Cape Cod coral. I've also used our new glitters, including Cowabunga Copper and Steampunk Sepia, as well as embossing powder in Hibiscus Rose Orange. Love this color. So basically what I started off with here is two different wood-shaped hearts that I purchased at Michael's. And I went ahead and did my background and then layered my papers and my flowers over top. Excuse me. My papers are from Kaiser Craft, as well as some bits and pieces from Crafty Secrets. I have flowers from Prima, as well as I Am Roses. I went ahead and used some of the Hug Snug seam binding and sprayed it with both my colors of Starburst sprays. I've had it glitter all over my flowers. I do have a little piece of metal right in here, as well as a Prima resin. And I don't know if you can see it or not right in here. I have some beads. This was actually a pre-made bracelet, I want to say, that I purchased, and I couldn't tell you where. And I've used that as my spacers in between. And let me show you the second part, if you can see it a little bit better. If I pull it up. Okay, I've basically done the same thing on this second heart. I used different papers and I just went and offset the flowers on the other side. As well on the bottom I used the Hug Snug seam binding again and went ahead and attached my dangle to it. And I'm going to pull it up a little bit more for you so that you can see. All the beads and baubles are from my stash. So if you want to hang on just a few minutes, I'm going to get set up so I can show you how to do the background, as well as how I added the glitter all over my flowers. So thank you for watching. Okay, I'm back. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start mixing some embossing powder, this one being the Hibiscus Rose Orange. And I'm going to shake it up a little bit to mix up all the particles with some of the new glitters that we have, this one being the Steampunk Sepia. So I've got a little cup here and I do have some in there already, but I'm just going to make a little bit more. So I'm just going to drop in a little bit of the embossing powder, and can I take about that much of the glitter and mix it up. Okay, and I have here my wood chippy, which is from Michael's. I bought it, I think, a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And all I've done to it was gesso it and stamp it with the archival ink in coffee. And my stamp, where is my stamp? It's a Hero Art stamp. This is one of my favorites here. And then I went around the edges with Distress ink in Vintage Photo. I did do both sides just so it would look pretty in case you have it hanging somewhere other than flat against the wall. Now I've got a Delusion stencil here. This is called Mini Diamond Border, I think it is, or Diamond Border. And I'm going to take my Versamark and I'm just going to press. And you have to press pretty hard to get the embossing ink through the stencil. And I'm not really worried about whether I'm covering every little hole or not. And I'm going to do this side while I'm at it. Let me turn it around. Now, a lot of this you're not going to see in the final project. Wow, having a hard time this morning. But that's okay. Alright, let's put that aside. And let's get some paper here so I can pour my mix of the embossing powder and the glitter over top. And because I didn't mix a whole lot, I'm going to have to do this a couple times. I like the soft look that it gives. And I also like that you have the additional shimmer, if you will, from the glitter. And we're going to go one more time up in this top corner here and on the bottom. And we're going to heat set. Actually, let me keep my papers here because I'm going to need them. And you'll see once you actually heat emboss your project that the glitter does sparkle through the embossing powder. And I love, love, love that look. And we're done. And that's the basic background. Ooh, that's a little hot. Okay, the next thing that I did was I took some of the Starburst spray in the saltwater taffy, and you want to shake it up really good. And I try not to shake it up and down so that the powder doesn't get stuck in the nozzle. Usually try to go sideways. And I'm just going to spray it here and there and let it drip. And one more time, heat set. I'm going to do a couple coats of the saltwater taffy because I want to use another color with it. And let's do the other one. This one is Cape Coral Cod, and once again, make sure you shake it up really good. And let it drip. And I do want the drips in there. And one more time with the saltwater taffy because I think it needs a little bit more pink. And again, let it drip. And that's that. So stay tuned. I'll be back to show you how I did the final coating of glitter on my background and on my flowers. I'll be right back. Okay, so for the final part, I did add a bit more glitter, and what I used to glue it down with is golden gesso, and I'll show you how I did that. I just took a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to put it up here, and I'm just going to go around on the flowers. I didn't do all the flowers, and I didn't do everywhere. A little bit more on these ones here. And while it's wet, I'm going to sprinkle on the Cowabunga Copper glitter. And I might have to do this a couple times. Yeah. A little bit more up on that top flower and the bottom one. So let me just get the glitter back in here. And of course I have it everywhere. And last time. And that's going to hold your glitter pretty well. It's not going to cover all the spots that have gesso on it, and I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm horrible at putting it back in a container. Oof. Okay. Then I took a little bit more gesso, and I just went here and there, all over my background, in spots where I didn't like too much copper. Just here and there. And I took the Steampunk Sepia and did the same thing. Maybe a little more in here. And that's it. That's all I did. That's my background. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a comment. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.